What's up, dudes? Today we are going to be checking out the mythical level Balengu Vortex that GD Twitter has pressured to rate Extreme Demon. Hahaha, you thought I was going to be playing this level? No, I'm watching a video by Temp because I'm too much of a noob to do it. Now, you can clearly tell that this is a sequel to Balengu Vortex based on the structure of the level. You've got the cube, then the ship, skips the ball, and then you've just got a weird memory cube right before the drop and some really flashy effects going on right here that are actually quite varied through the level. So you can see that it changes the style, then it gets to HJfod style, which is the best part of the level. And then I like how this cube is kept similar like the original level. How you've just got a random cube section jumping triples the whole time. Now there's some quite nice links from start to finish, such as these sort of mesh net design things that are kind of repeated throughout the level. If I can find some more of them, that would be fantastic, because I saw some there in the wave. You can see that they come back as a decoration, which I kind of like because it's making a link from the start to finish, but it's also reusing decoration. It could have some like variation. Maybe it could pulse, or maybe the meshes could move. There could be an arrow set pointing down and an arrow set pointing up, and then the up one moving up and the down one moving down, and it makes like the vortex thing. That would make sense because it's Balengu Vortex. Anyway, I don't know if I'm being stupid or if there's like an actual reason that people want this rated. I think they just want it rated because Temp, this Korean player, has put a lot of effort into verifying this. Don't really think there's much in it that people see rate worthy, because to me it just looks like a regular 9 circles level. Well, the 2.1 version of the 9 circles levels, how they've got all these like gradient effects in the background and the different kinds of blocks instead of the clutterfunk blocks in the 9 circles. Classic design. Maybe it's this next part that people like, the HJfod bit, because the pulses are varied. There's lots of different effects like those little squares that appear, and also these like little speed line things that move across the screen lengthways. That looks pretty cool, and that just looks cool on pausing it. It looks so sick. I want to watch that in slow motion. Whoosh! Oh my, that whooshing looks so cool. Like, the level is good, but I don't see why people were demanding it to get rated so much, because honestly it doesn't have that much different to a regular 9 circles level. I mean, you do get some pretty cool freeze frames. How you've got all these like ground spikes on the outside and the outlines are black at this specific screenshot, and then yeah, it's very varied. You get very varied aesthetics when you pause the level. So yeah, there's a very distinct color scheme that's quite dark with highlights in the background and the gradient, but I don't know if these highlights should be put onto the blocks, as it is a 9 circles level. I guess part of the difficulty is not being able to see, but I think it would look pretty cool if there was bright outlines on the blocks or something, just to make them stand out a bit more. Because you see, where was it? It was in this part right here. These saws have like a really bright like glow outline on them, whereas the blocks don't, and it makes them stand out a little bit more on the bright pulses. But honestly, it doesn't look that bad as a whole. These spikes also have this sort of bright look to them. So you can see right there, the spikes have the bright outline and the blocks don't. But I like that there's some varied structure in it, like you've got this UFO and the wave. That looks pretty cool. And I like how these these structures are different, because the rest are all slopes and this is just like, I don't know, it's made up of one block though. That kind of sucks to see. I wish that it could be like more incorporated into the design instead of just being so like stand out. But it's pretty cool, and it's been pretty nice gameplay with the UFO spam as well. This part looks sick, but I don't know if it fits in, because for the most part it has this like bright outline that I was wanting, and also these ground spikes on the outside are pulsing white. And again, we see right there that it's got that sort of extra structure on the top that isn't really built in, because if I pause right here, this structure that's coming up, oh, I've already passed it, this part, it just looks so out of place. You've got this random beam connecting these like diamond things. I mean, it makes sense for the gameplay, it does work very well, but it just looks weird because the rest of the level is all structured with like very clear slopes all the way through. I'm also liking the change in colour scheme here, and the glitch effect to bring that in. That pulse right there, it's on these arrows right here. Ooh, that is such a nice, like, majestic colour right there. However, it doesn't really fit in with the rest of the colour scheme, which is like purple. I don't know. This part also feels very rushed. There's not much to it. I know that it's a sentiment to the original level, Balengu Vortex, but I just feel like it's a bit bland. And this last ball part has literally nothing to it. It's just a bunch of structures with no like depth or anything put into it. Overall, it's a pretty solid level, but I don't know why it was getting like spammed to be rated on Twitter. It just doesn't really make sense to me. I don't know if it's just my standards being too high, but 9 circles levels just don't stand out to me at all anymore. You have to have some insane effects for me to be able to like actually be invested in it, because honestly, Balengu Vortex just seems like just another 9 circles level. It's going to be forgotten in a couple of months. Gonna keep it short and sweet, guys. Thank you for watching. There will be more my thoughts on videos coming out soon, so keep your eyes peeled like a banana that's been unpeeled.